Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk. Thinking right out here in my lab in the wee hours of the morning. The way I like it, doing what I do for you. I'm going to talk about a few people, characters. So if you think I'm talking about you, and if this is your character, I am, because I'm tired of seeing certain things. I'm going to talk about it and bring it to the light. Maybe y'all can make some changes, but I can't just keep watching it. So yeah, I'm going to get my little rant on again. As an observer of what my people do, I'm getting so frustrated. Okay, just want to let you know. All right, let's go. Rightism, 25 rule to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in my stories for life. I give you life lessons. You tune in and receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline, practice daily, will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get there together. So I asked the question: do you know you? You win what I'm through. Yeah, that's what I do for you. It's rhetorical, but if you know how to answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that you know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do. For you, appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself and to my yacht be true. Right thinkers. Now, let's talk about when losers and Monday morning quarterbacks realized they was wrong. That's after the fact. That never solves no problem. They haven't won a game yet with that mentality. So that's wrong thinking. I'm going to make that point clear. Let's talk about this. I see it all the time. I try to address it now as best I could. The goal of right thinking philosophy is to prevent you from doing wrong shit and keep what? Wrong shit to keep you winning. And like, if you keep doing dumb shit, you ain't gonna get ahead. You're gonna constantly be behind, playing catch up. Stop doing dumb shit. It's annoying me. I'm so annoyed. Oh, you perfect. No, I don't do dumb stuff. I'm constantly seeing it being done with total no impunity. They're just running wild. And wrong is two left shoes. And ain't nobody said a word. And y'all see it. Y'all see it. I know you see it. I see it. And nobody said a word. It drives me crazy. So I had to come here and get that out. Because I be arguing with everybody all day long. I'm not to wait for that. I'm not with that nonsense. But I'm trying to help. I no longer do things as soon as I do it, regret doing it. That's Monday morning quarterbacking at its best. When you do something that's wrong, and you knew it's wrong before you did it, the first thing you're gonna do after you do is what? You regret doing it. That's dumb. That's dumb. We all done it, but you can stop. You should try to stop. Like an addiction. If it ain't good for you, stop doing it. If it ain't serving you, stop doing it. If it ain't benefiting you, stop doing it. If you know what you're doing is wrong, and I raised with a guy who just did wrong. No, okay, so I jumped into the fray and I did a lot of willing things wrong. I know that. But I paid for them. I know that too. Why? Every wrong action has got to be dealt with consequences from you who committed the wrong action. Just like a good action is blessed for you for doing a good action, the opposite holds true also. If doing the wrong, excuse me, if you doing, if you know what you're doing is wrong, I point back to my day doing it, and ask the question before, not after you do it. Is this the right thing? If you do it and then question, it's too late. But if you question before you do it, you might not do it. That's the whole purpose. If doing the right thing, if doing the right is your thing, and that's what I adopted, just doing the right thing, not being, just to do what's right. Golly, wrong. What's this? When you're doing the right thing, is your make doing the right thing your thing. I adopted that philosophy. Then now you're not what doing the wrong thing, no matter what. What you program not to do what's wrong. That's holding yourself accountable to what? Do the right thing. Accountability is important. Your actions will be rewarded or punished. So you need to take stock in your actions. If you do something wrong, you have to live with the consequences. Again, and to continually put yourself in that predicament is just dumb. All the consequences I pay, I ain't trying to do them again. No, I'm not doing that nonsense. Why? I didn't like it, so I'm not doing it again. Simple. It didn't work. In life, if you can't figure out what's right for you and what's wrong, you're going to constantly have problems. We call them fetters. Okay, you're going to cause your own problem. Why? Not knowing what you're doing. You're going to do stuff haphazardly, willy-nilly, and then find out, I shouldn't have done it that way. You're a little late for that. Monday morning quarterbacks. Okay? But I know the price that I had to pay for my drug dealing, and I did it anyway. I knew two things could happen to me. Either I could get killed or I'm going to jail. When I went to jail, I thought that was a win for me. Okay, all right. So I left left that behind. If going to jail is a win, then you're doing something way wrong. Get me? All right. So yeah, and now I know all my wrong actions. Let's give me no. If I do wrong by accident, and that happens sometimes, I will admit I did it and move on. No excuses. Self consequence, whatever come with that, okay, I'll take that, but I'm moving on. I'll be better for it. Remember, what don't kill you makes you better. So whatever you go through should strengthen you and also enlighten you or challenge you not to do it again. I knew all my wrongdoings, okay, wrong actions. They all came with a price, and I paid every one of them. You will too. No, don't worry. Don't worry. If you commit that action, you're responsible for the consequences and you will get it. Trust me. But now I don't want to pay the price for wrong actions. So I don't do wrong actions. Make sense? I ain't got to be holier than thou. I ain't got to be perfect. I just have a philosophy that holds me accountable. I don't need a religion for that. Moving on. If you can't do the crime, back in my day, we had a phrase. If you can't do the time, don't do the crime. That means if you're a criminal, going to jail should not be an issue. That's what criminals go when they get caught doing criminal stuff. So if you're a criminal, and I heard this phrase, I can't go to jail. Why are you being a criminal? Stop being a criminal. I wasn't afraid of going to jail. If I was, I wouldn't have done drugs. If I was scared of jail, now I got a deterrent for jail, so I don't do the stuff to get me in there. But at that time, I didn't give a crap about jail. Different respect for that now. Moving on. You will too, trust me. You can always imagine something until it happens. When the reality sets in, now you got to deal with it. That's all. And understand in life, anything I don't want to be responsible for, I don't do. What about you? How you feel about that? If I don't want to be responsible for what that gonna bring, I'm not doing it. Cheating, hustling, doing stuff that's, under the radar. I don't do those things no more. I used to, that was my lifestyle. That's how I lived. Moving on. But knowing what you did was wrong after you did it is the Monday morning quarterback's creed. Oh, I should have done this. Oh, I should have done that. Oh, I would have done that. No. All that's after the fact. If you can't think on your feet, if you can't ad lib, when plan A don't work, you got to slide into plan B or C, D, whatever. But if you ain't mentally adjusted, you won't be able to do those things. So intellect plays an important role on what? Holding yourself accountable to do what? The right thing. Ignorant people do wrong on a regular basis. What? I didn't know that, but they claim ignorance. They claim ignorance. That's not an excuse, but I didn't know. I didn't know. When my son did something and I asked him why, and he said he didn't know, I didn't whoop him for doing it. I whooped him for not knowing why he did it. That stopped that nonsense early in life. Again, if you're going to do it, at least stand up on it, own it, and be responsible. But to do and say, well, I don't know, I'm whooping your ass. And you know to get your butt whooped. Why? Stop doing things that you don't know what you're doing. People come out their mouth, say stuff they ain't thought twice, but they just say it out their mouth. Wrong and don't even think about it. So those kind of people, they're not thinkers. They're not right thinkers. They just performers. They just doers. All right. But when you know what you're doing is wrong, you're doing it anyway. You got to be responsible for that. All right. Again, if creeping with the side chick is wrong, and we know that it is, okay, you have to pay for that. If you want to have that pleasure, you want to have that fun, oh, it's something that comes with that. Okay? And for those people, you can't, okay, in life, karma is God's, I call it God's hitman, okay? Why? She's the debt collector. She gives you just what you deserve. When you thought you got away with something, you thought nobody knew, karma knows. And she's going to give you what you deserve for that action. Understand that, please. You can't expect to be blessed for good actions and not be punished for the bad ones. It don't work that way. Please understand that. That's what my girl represents. There's two sides. And whatever side you is the opposite side to whatever side you do. Understand that. And if it's good, you reward it. If it's bad, you punish. It ain't ever gonna change. You can make it any other way you want in your mind, but that doesn't change the fact the way it is in the world. If I know it's wrong and I do it anyway, oh yeah, I'm ready to what? Pay to play. When the judge told me, oh man, you dance to the music, you got to pay the piper. That means if you played this game, you got to pay. And I'm the one to collect it. I want mine in time. So when they talk real grimy to you, they about to give you a sentence, but they got you where they want you. Why? You the criminal. You the one who committed the offense, and they can have their way with you. My worst nightmare was to see that judge again. No. The last thing I wanted to do, and from the time I left that courtroom, I didn't ever want to see that judge face again in my life. Okay? It's been over 40 years. I still have nightmares about that guy. Okay? He ain't went nowhere. He's still there. Why? It's the memory. It happened. You can't dispel the memory. It ain't going nowhere. It's going to just hang around. It's going to be there. But every now and then, it rears here, and you got to deal with that. Moving on. And that's life. Get better at dealing with those times, too. When you spend a lot of time by yourself, you learn a lot more about yourself. Okay? Sometimes the price that you have to pay may be too high for you to pay. Sometimes it costs you your life. Like they say in the army, some gave their all, some gave a little, some gave their all, some gave their life. If you are dedicated onto something, that could be the price. And if you don't want to pay that price, don't get involved. I didn't go to service. Why? I'm not giving my life for y'all. You got to be crazy. That's why I'm here trying to enlighten and get everybody. Why? I'm trying to live my life. I ain't trying to be bothered with that nonsense. I do just what I do. I'm content with what and how I do. My old man always taught me a little bit of something is better than a whole lot of nothing. So I got a little bit of something going on. I'm good with that. Moving on. Even in the drug game, I just had a little bit of something going on. I was good with that. Right now, I got a little bit of something going on, and I'm good with this. Let's go. Now, right thinking is knowing what is wrong before you do it. And that's keep you from what? Doing it. Prevention. My name in the game is prevention. I'm not going to the prison and get you out the back door to try to enlighten you with right thinking philosophy. If that's what you want to do when you get out, you come to me. But I'm at the front door, what? Trying to prevent you from going in that damn place. That's my goal. When y'all come out, You come look me up, but I'm trying to keep you from going in. I deal with you if you come out. We can have a better understanding why, because I know you done went through a few things, and I can deal with you on that level. But other than that, I ain't got time for that. I'm not no jailhouse teacher. Simple as that. Why? My goal is to keep you out of there. That's why. And if you come out, I teach you from my experience and understanding. Well, I'm not chasing y'all. Moving on. When you want it, you come and get it. Simple as that. All right? Right thinking is knowing when you're doing right or wrong and hold yourself accountable to do what's right. There's some benefits that come with that. Self-knowledge means you hold yourself accountable to do what? The right thing, according to you. Your rules, your laws, whatever. But you should be holding yourself accountable to do just what's right by yourself. If you need somebody to hold you accountable, then you're a little weak. But somebody do it. Don't worry. You can't get. Okay, no. Right thinking is thinking what? Right. Pros and cons. Before you make a decision in life, good, bad. I'm going to weigh this decision before I make it, was it good or bad? If you're not doing that, you ain't right thinking. If you just taking a situation without even thinking about it, that makes no sense to me. But again, right thinking is being able to know right from wrong before making a decision in your life on a daily basis. As a gay lesson, critical thinking. That ain't critical thinking. That's just common sense. If you need life situations to make you think better, then you're going to have problems. Okay, that's critical thinking. When I was hustling, I was critical thinking. When I was in prison, I was critical thinking. What? Survival. That's survival mode. You had to live in that mode all the time unless you're doing something that you got to survive in. Again, like I said. But in real life, you shouldn't live in survival mode. Critical thinking should be common sense. You can't and you won't get me to do what? The wrong thing. You ain't going to tempt me, sway me, none of that nonsense. Now, why? I know better and I'm going to do better. If you knew better, you should do better. Ignorant people can't do better. Why? You don't know better. That's why you enlighten them. And hopefully they'll get the message and they'll do better. That's the concept. All right. Excuse me. Wrong thinking. There's a lot of that going on. And that's just making what? Bad decisions. We're in daily. Yeah. If you still doing what you did years ago, and it didn't work for you then, and you still doing it, you got problems. That's the mental illness issue. You know what I'm saying? So, again, wrong thinking is making bad decisions when daily. Every now and then, okay, but daily, that means you just wrong, okay? And you wonder why your life is so hard. Some of the people don't see their own issues. Why? Because they're too busy looking at everybody else's. And the issue that they see in everybody else, they got the same issue. They just don't see theirs. They just see everybody else's, and they don't work on theirs. I tell people, stop telling me about somebody else. Tell me about you. If they're hypocritical, they're false and phony, where you falling at? Okay, check yourself. You don't check them. Check you. Stop checking everybody else. Check yourself first. They don't want to hear that. They don't want to deal with that. Oh, I'm not. I didn't ask you what you wasn't. I want to know what you are. Hypocrite. Simple. When you find them flaws in everybody else and you doing the same thing, you're a hypocrite. That makes you a hypocrite. Okay? And what they talking about, what they doing, you talk about, and you doing the same thing, what makes you any different? Just like that, hypocrite. All right, let me wrap it up again. I appreciate it. This is my favorite records back in the day. Wrong thinkers, okay, I did that. Okay, wrong thinkers will blame what they do on you. If you let them, if you're in a relationship with a wrong thinker, whatever's going on in the relationship is your fault. I'm just saying, I've been there too. Okay, I'm speaking from experience. I ain't trying to cast inspiration or put you on the spot. I'm just speaking, calling it what it is. Let's go. If you spend, it's going to know, my favorite record, they will always tell you this is the loser's creed. They could have done this, or they could have done it better if that. If was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. Remember that phrase? So when I hear people use the if as an excuse, I don't even waste my time. Don't even waste my time. And they start with the I coulda. Okay. Next one, no, that I woulda. Next one is my song by Lou Rawls. If I coulda, woulda, shoulda. The bottom line is you're always a day late and a dollar short. So that's Monday morning quarterbackers creed. A day late and a dollar short with what they coulda, woulda, shoulda done. Okay, in life it don't work that way. Get it done, but they will always tell you how they could have done. Okay, and my favorite one is what I shoulda. No, excuse me. They always tell you what it could have done better. Okay, and they always tell you how they coulda. Okay, they woulda, then they coulda done this better. If again, that was the if. If was the fifth, we'd all be drunk. Okay, like on first base. Who's on first? First base. All right. My favorite one is I shoulda did this or that. Yeah, all losers talk like that. That's their conversation. And I listen, and I'm saying, shh, 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 shh. We're not going to have this conversation again. Why? I'm not going to be talking with you. Why? If our conversation ain't benefit, ain't, I'm not having it on a negative basis. Simple as that. I'm not going to waste my time. All right, then wrap it again. Wrap it up. I appreciate you tuning in. This is for some of y'all subliminally messaging. So hopefully I'm trying not to embarrass you, but hopefully get you thinking so you can make the change within yourself and nobody will ever know. All right? But if you spend your life living in the past of bad experience, you're not living right. And you're not a right thinker. Every time I have a conversation with certain people, they give me the same story. I'm tired of hearing that story. Love you, but I can't do that. Moving on. Wrapping it up again. Like I said, I still love you, but I ain't got to deal with you. Right thinkers, life, right thinkers live and enjoy their life. What? The moment that they created by what? Living, thinking, and doing the right thing for themselves. Life is fun. Life, the moment, right now, it should be pleasurable and enjoyable. And as you go along, you can make that happen by creating that atmosphere for yourself. It's called vibing at a high vibration. Okay, feel good about yourself. Think good of yourself. Those are all things that right thinkers do, and that's all things that the Monday morning quarterbacks don't do. That's what makes them Monday morning quarterbacks. Thinking late or thinking wrong or sometimes not thinking at all. Hope you got the message. I'm just trying to give a lesson. I'll be back with more. I'm not done with you. Until you better yourself, I'm going to be busting you upside the head with truths that you need to deal with. All right? In closing, right thinkers. Me, let it be 100. Me, 100 miles a day. So I never know that my right thinkers who starting to realize I'm not a Monday morning quarterback that passed away. Get your life together. Live it right.